Well, hello, fellow travelers, and welcome back to our channel, We Be Trippin. I'm Derek.
And I'm Salonda.
And we're excited to take you on our latest adventure aboard the Carnival Horizon as we explore the stunning ABC Islands. And that ABC stands for
Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao.
Hey y'all, we in Aruba!
Whether by land and well or sea, we be tripping to see new things across the globe, wild and free, chasing dreams on wandering wings. We be trippin', we be trippin'.
Our adventure began in Miami. So we arrived the day before. We were able to actually we arrived a few days before, like 2 days before. And what we did, because the flights were ridiculous, and we flew into
Fort Lauderdale.
we flew into Fort Lauderdale because it was cheaper, and we ended up renting a vehicle and we drove to Miami. Where did we stay at?
In Fort Lauderdale, we stayed at the Marriott Aloft.
Yeah, Aloft. Yeah,
Aloft.
right. And it was actually it's nice, very nice hotel.
The day before the cruise, we wind up getting a hotel room in Miami, and we stayed at the Indigo Hotel.
Right. So we rented the vehicle and drove to Miami. We checked into the Indigo Hotel. So yeah, but it was nice. It was nice. We are outside of the Carnival headquarters in where are we? In Miami. So we got a chance to get around, move around, and enjoy the city of Miami. And what did you think about Miami?
I loved it.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I have no issues with Miami. Miami, it's beautiful, great food, great people. I mean, it's just incredible. It's a vacation in itself, right?
Right.
So we boarded the cruise in Miami. What did you think about the boarding process in Miami?
I think it's the best.
And I mean fast.
They don't bust your sodas open.
It's no hassle.
No hassle.
It's very quick. Very quick. The second day was all about fun and relaxation. We got to know the horizon, and it's all about relaxation when you get on the cruise ship. So from the Serenity adult area to there's a sky ride that goes around the ship on this boat as well. So they had a little bit of something for everyone, no matter your age. Day 3 was another day another day at sea. So Cloud9 Spa, the entertainment, the trivias. There was an IMAX theater on this. There were cooking classes, chef table, and of course there were the playlist production shows.
Let's dive into our first stop, Aruba.
All right. So we kicked off our Aruba adventure by renting a vehicle. And let me say this, it was 11 of us on this trip. So we rented vehicles and we drove around Aruba. And I can tell you it was an amazing way to explore the island at our own pace.
First stop, the Natural Bridge.
And the Natural Bridge is a beautiful rock formation that's a must see. And after snapping some pics and taking some videos, we headed to Palm Beach to soak up the sun.
On top of that, he's very clumsy.
When we got to Palm Beach, we stopped at Fat Tuesdays and got a daiquiri, right?
Yes. They have a lot of places you can stop and eat and drink and shops in Palm Beach. It's really nice and relaxing.
And what was the daiquiri, compared to the U.S., was the daiquiri good or bad?
Mine was good. And I can't compare it to a daiquiri in the U.S. because I had something called Aruba, and it was something totally different. I never had it before, but it was real good.
Okay. Would you get it again?
Yes.
And it's called the Aruba.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, after the daiquiri, we went to the famous Zeerovers. Zeerovers. Okay, yeah, we went to the famous Zeerovers, and the seafood was fresh, and the prices were incredibly reasonable. Now, we had the catch of the day, which was barracuda. I was not a fan of the barracuda.
Out of 11, he's the only one that wasn't.
I was not a fan of the barracuda.
It was great.
I was not a fan of the barracuda.
It was delicious.
I was not a fan of the barracuda. I'm just saying. I may have had a different barracuda than everybody else, but I was not a fan of the barracuda. And actually, let me tell you, at Zeerovers, you're able to sit on the water. So we sat on the water, and there the birds and stuff that come. They ask you not to feed the birds, but I didn't notice the sign till after I shared my barracuda with them. And the birds did not like the barracuda either. Neither did the fish like the barracuda.
It was good. Seasoned well. And that's not our first time there, so...
My barracuda was not well.
That wasn't our first time eating at this restaurant. So the last time we didn't have barracuda, I think we had like redfish. It was real good. That's the reason why we went back.
Right. It was good. Yeah, the other time it was good. And I can't say that the food wasn't bad because I had fries and I had plantains, shrimp. You know, that was good. But the barracuda died a horrible death. Listen to me. I'm being honest. She's being politically correct. Okay? I did not like the barracuda. Anyway.
To say it was a restaurant, their food is seasoned well.
Yeah, the food was good. And it was cheap. How much was it?
I don't know.
I think it was like $40-something
for me
for you and I. Okay, yeah, $40-something. Fresh seafood. And you know, it was a lot. It was a lot to eat. So it was really, you know, inexpensive. Also the drinks, I tasted, I apologize, but I could not remember the name of the local punch that I purchased. But it was really delicious. It was really refreshing. So after we left Zeerovers, we ended our day at the lighthouse. Okay, we ended our day at the lighthouse, and the lighthouse is the highest point on the island, and we watched the sunset, and it was a beautiful sight. It was a beautiful sight to behold, and we afterwards we ended up we drove back to drop the jeeps off. And let me say this: one thing about Aruba is that you arrive at 10 o'clock, and I think it's 10 to 10, right?
No, we're there earlier than 10. I think
9 a.m. to 10. 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you have all day at Aruba where you can really relax and enjoy yourself, you know.
We rented Jeeps from Real Deal Rental Car, and they're at the port. When you walk off, the Jeeps or whatever cars that you rent from Real Deal, they'll be at the port waiting on you.
Right.
The only thing about it is they have to be turned back in at 6 p.m.
Right.
But we let the guy know that we wanted to see the sunset. So he gave us a little time.
Right. So as soon as we saw the sunset, we were back to headed back over to bring the vehicles back. But I will tell you, if you go to Aruba, you have to witness the sunset. It is the perfect ending to a perfect day. And, you know, out of all the places that we've gone, out of all of the experiences that Solanda and I have shared, I think there was nothing more romantic than seeing the sunset in Aruba.
Next on our journey was Bonaire,
Our first stop,
the famous son of a beach.
we headed there to relax and enjoy the crystal clear waters. We ended up taking a tour.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember who we took a tour with?
Some guys that was at the port.
Okay, they were just at the port, so we ended up getting in the van and taking a tour. He took us to the salt flats where they make the salt and stuff at, and he took us on a tour of the island, and we also went to the slave quarters, and that was really a powerful experience to witness the slave quarters. What did you think about the slave quarters?
They're small.
Very small, and he said that they were for two people, and I had trouble getting into the entrance of the little thing. You know, I'm 5'6", and it was a lot to get into that little quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You think they call them quarters because of the size? Or no? Anyway, what else about Bonaire was we got to see the donkeys. We got to see the donkeys, some flamingos, and let me see, what else did we do there?
That's about it.
That's about it. Okay, so toured the island, went to the slave quarters, visited the salt flats, took a few pictures and videos, got to see the donkeys up close, saw the flamingos at a distance. And our tour guide was pretty knowledgeable about the history and stuff of Bonaire. So it was a good experience.
Finally, we reached Curaçao.
When we got to Curacao, we rented ATVs from
Eric's Adventures.
Eric's Adventure. And how much were the ATVs?
$128.
$128. They picked us up at the port.
Mm-hmm. For $15.
For $15 a person, and brought us to Eric's. And the ATV tour, we went through the streets. We visited the ostrich farm. We went to the edge of the sea. We ended up at a mountain. We climbed the mountain. We entered into the caves. The caves had bats. We ended up on the highest point, and we took pictures overlooking everything. And let me tell you this tour, if you have bad back, bad knees, joint problems, anything like that, you probably shouldn't. I would not recommend this tour for you because of the climbing and stuff that was involved. And we were walking on what looks like lava or something, like hardened lava rock. And so if you fall, it's going to be painful. But I can tell you that it was a thrill. You know, it was a thrill. When we got back to the port, we ended up walking to the iconic floating bridge, right?
Right.
And it is the Punda Love Bridge, you know, and even that's an amazing thing because now they used to have a heart where you would put locks on, you know, write your name on the locks and stuff and put it on the heart. And from our understanding, that was damaged.
Yeah.
And now they have
A gate.
A gate. So we put our locks on the gate this time. But nevertheless, you know, hard gate, it was still a nice little adventure. And we just walked around at the port and still had it was a blast. You know, what did you think about Curaçao?
It was nice. It was nice. I really didn't enjoy the ATVs as much as everybody else.
Why?
Because I wanted to get muddy.
You wanted to get muddy?
Yes, I wanted to go. You know how usually when we do the ATVs, we go into the puddles, the ponds, you know.
Well, I think sometimes the mud is based on, you know, what has happened. Like if it has rained and stuff before.
But we had more of a street tour.
Yeah. But a
residential tour.
Right. We had, it was through neighborhoods and stuff. However, I think, you know, when we got to the edge of the sea, you know, that was good. When we got to the mountains and the caves, that also was good because...
But that was too much for me. I didn't go up. I went up slightly and
Yeah.
turned around.
Right. Right. So again, that's why I say if you have, you know, any type of health issues and stuff like that, you probably it wouldn't be you know, ideal for you to take that excursion. Okay. So, but other than that, what did you think about the trip?
Oh,
That cruise?
I give it a 10.
A 10.
Yes,
A 10
a
out of
10 out of 10.
oh really? Okay. All right. What made it so exciting that you gave it a 10?
Well, for one, it was a so-called couples trip. It was,
It was a
how
couple,
many?
yeah.
It was 5 couples.
Okay. So it was a couple trip
And
then.
yeah, well, Elantra, 5 couples in Elantra.
Yeah. Fine.
But we had a blast. Even on our sea days, we had activities within our couples. We had things to do. We enjoyed one another.
Yeah. We did something different this time. And we had a lot of things for us to do privately, you know, with our group. So that's what Solanda is referring to, like scavenger hunts and
Spades.
you know, we played spades and we really we had a blast. So
We had a sneaker ball.
we had a sneaker ball, yeah, our own little sneaker ball. So yeah, I guess it was nice, you know, to be with family, with a group, and no hiccups, and to have everything just, you know, like as perfect can be. Yeah. So after that, we were, you know, on our way back to Miami, you know, and that 7th day was another day to relax, recharge, to relive the memories, play games, have drinks, you know, just relaxing, you know, just relaxing. So on day 8, we're back in Miami, and you know,
This trip has been filled with unforgettable experiences and breathtaking sights.
from the vibrant culture to stunning landscapes, the ABC Island truly has it all.
It did.
So thank you for joining us on this amazing journey. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more travel adventure. And until next time, keep tripping.
Whether by land and well or sea, we be tripping to see new things across the globe, wild and free, chasing dreams on wandering wings. We be tripping. We be trippin'.